Before we talk about anything else, let's quickly break down the myth of SEO. And I'm really passionate about this because what happened was, or what's happening right now, is SEO is probably one of the least effective marketing solutions out there for a local healthcare practice. Sure, it works on a global scale, it works if you're doing e-commerce, but if you're a local service provider, SEO is not where you want to be. And I'm really passionate about it because I see so many businesses who are led to believe that it is a viable path. And so they pick it as their go-to or as their marketing strategy. This single tactic becomes their entire strategy, and they decide that this is how we're going to grow our practice. It is a myth. It is not based on reality. What you're being told, hopefully I can break down for you in these 2 pages to give you some ideas of, to plant some seeds in your head of why this myth is not possible. So let's get started. I actually started with websites, and the next service that I learned, and this was back in about probably 2015 when I made my first website. And right about 2016 is when SEO started becoming ineffective. And SEO was the second service I learned after websites when I was trying to grow my market value. I was like, okay, let's add on an adjacent service. It was SEO. And right after I learned it, it started to become very, very irrelevant. We did very well, or I did very well. I was able to get our clients to like the top spots on places like Los Angeles Oral Surgery, city name, dental implants, like you name it, we were at the top. The way we did it was a bit different, but okay. Regardless, search engine optimization, it was my bread and butter. It started to become less effective, so we had to switch strategies. But I see a lot of people out there who are still paying agencies a lot of money to do SEO for them when that was a strategy that ended back in 2018. It's been about 7 years and the market still hasn't caught up. I know of a lot of seminars that go on with a lot of these speakers with good intent, suggesting that people do SEO because they're dentists, they're not marketers. And that's how it worked for them back in the day. So I'm passionate about getting you to not do SEO. So if you take anything away from this module, this is going to be it. So what is the SEO promise? So SEO stands for search engine optimization. The idea is that you pay an agency. They're going to give you a quote on how long it's going to take depending on how competitive the market is. So they say if you're not, it's not that competitive, in about 6 months, we'll get you to ranking at the top, or it is a very competitive market. It might take 12 months or even like 24 months to get you to the top. But the goal is to get you to a top spot of a generic keyword. And back in my day, top spot meant 1, 2, or 3, position 1, 2, or 3. If you were in those top 3 positions, you got 80% of the traffic. And then if you were anything else, like you really didn't see much at all. So that's the promise. With this, you will get a top spot of a generic keyword. So for example, dentist near me, dentist in La Habra. Like we will get you to the top there. Once you get to the top there, you can just sit back, let the passive traffic in, like people are gonna find you on Google, and you'll be at the top for a long time. If someone tries to beat you, if we see someone trying to climb up, we're gonna do even more. You just pay us a bit more, and we'll make sure that they can never catch up. So this is the promise, right? Now this is implicit, but the idea, the reason SEO sells so well is you don't have to think about marketing. You don't have to think about all this sort of stuff. You don't have to have empathy to think of how other people would want things better for them. You don't have to think about differentiation. You don't have to think about competition. All you have to do is just pay us, and you will get a top spot, and it's good. You don't have any big ad companies to pay. So that's another like selling point is, you don't have to pay Google or Facebook a recurring monthly fee. Instead, you could just pay the ad agencies. So everyone's happy. So here are just a few questions that I have for SEO agencies that I hope that you can also ask as well. So these are just logic questions, okay? So if you have to pay to stay ahead, what's the difference between being dependent on an advertising platform or an SEO agency? So it doesn't really matter who we pay if at the end of the day we're still having to pay to stay ahead. What happens if the advertising platform, for example, Google, who controls SEO, so you have Google search, you search in like dentist, well, right now it's going to bring up ads, and then it's going to bring up, not SEO, it's going to bring up Google Maps. And you manage this through your Google business profile. And then you get traditional SEO results, right? Well, this is getting approximately 20% of the traffic, if that, right? I'm saying it's very... So what happens if Google decides that, okay, all these people are paying SEO companies in order to get favorable positioning? What if Google decides, hey, instead of having these dental offices pay SEO companies, why not have them pay us for better positioning? And that's kind of what they did. So now you can get ads to show up here. And now you also get ads in Google Maps. You also have some top map results are ads. And they've pushed SEO way down here. All right, so yeah, what if the platform like just says, hey, we don't want you to play with third parties anymore? What did you do to deserve the top spot more than the dozens of other practices who are also trying to get it? So SEO is popular still. Of all people trying to do it, like what makes you so special that you deserve that top spot? Everyone else is doing the exact same thing. They're just paying an agency. Did you get lucky and you found the perfect agency? What if someone just buys more backlinks and makes more content? So the way that SEO used to work and still works today is that you create content. So you're going to have the on-page content, what they call it, and then you build a ton of backlinks to it. You have all these other websites that link to your website. And there's two main ways to do it. Well, there's one main way to do it and then the proper way to do it. The one main way is that people will just buy backlinks. You just pay a company, they will create the content, they will send a fake like blog article and send it to, or so they will create a real blog article and then just send it to different companies, and they will link it to your website, and thus creating backlinks. Now the real way to do it would be to manually reach out and ask that they link your blog, but no one really does it this way, especially at the local healthcare level. No one has the budget to do that way. So what if someone just buys more backlinks than you and makes more content? Then you have to buy more backlinks and make more content, right? It just becomes a cycle of backlinks and more content, and that becomes your strategy for winning marketing. What if someone is what if someone was in the SEO game longer than you? Then the winners must surely have more resources than you to reinvest in this amazing thing. But why don't they do that? Okay, what if someone decides to pay $2 to beat your entire investment you've made into search engine optimization to do this? Or what if someone just works on their reviews and just decides to beat you in SEO? Why are SEO agencies and backlink providers and the content creators running ads themselves? What if Google emphasizes something other than the coveted top spot, perhaps Google Maps? What if someone just decides that they want to choose based on reviews instead? Is the foundation of your marketing strategy really just the number of links to your website? Is that your competitive advantage? Are you assuming that people will be too lazy to shop around when making a major health decision? You should probably ask the ad agency, or you should probably ask the SEO agency, how many of the visitors came from people within 10 miles of your office? And also, can you track how many of them took action, like clicking to call, filling out a form, or clicking to book an appointment? Because that's possible. So they're going to show you metrics like, hey, last month you got 500 unique visitors. Ask them where were they from. We got 500 visitors. Ask them what they did on your website. All right, so that's it. So we only had one page. So let me be clear, SEO for local service businesses just doesn't work.